This is not exactly a prescriptive presentation where here's how you secure Windows. This is kind of to get you thinking on how you look at your own security program. Your goal is effectiveness. Your goal is not entertainment. Stop having your awareness programs as gimmicks.
So let's think about places where they can be added, where security practices can be added, or think about areas in the organization where they're lacking.
But you want to take the discretionary steps away from the end user as much as possible if you have the choice.
You want to review past incidents, all right? Identify where some of those gaps are and then fill those gaps with your best practices in security.
The ABCs of behavioral science. A is antecedent. Antecedent is essentially providing somebody with information or some step to get the process going. Then there's a behavior, and you hope that the antecedent somehow influences the behavior. Then there is a consequence. The consequence then feeds back into the behaviors because consequences have 4 to 5 times more impact than information. So you just provide somebody with information, that's kind of like, okay, that's nice, but until somebody gets a consequence, that's when they're going to change their behavior. But if you tell somebody, oh, please don't ruin the network, we'd really appreciate it if you don't click, you don't tell them, you will be fired if you ruin the network.
So here are a few things that you can do in the next week to 3 to 6 months. Go back to your organizations, try to determine a couple of processes that you can review. Consider, like Ira said, that taking those shoulds out and putting in musts and offering or putting into those varying degrees of consequence so that you're building that culture of awareness. And then in the next 3 months, find more of those critical processes and find out what those potential quick wins could be for you and for the organization. And then in about 6 months, schedule when your processes should be reanalyzed on a 6-month to an annual basis.